this the one? Hey, how you guys doing?
We're good.
Yeah, we're all right. Um,
Why don't you let's while we're waiting for this to get going, why don't you tell us about your week?
well, it
We're
was
pretty boring.
yeah. Well, it was pretty. We're waiting for big stuff to happen. The red wave
Right.
on Tuesday, then maybe EBS on Friday, and you know, it was a dud. The the elections though were a red wave. It's just that it's weird. So I'm on Twitter, and there's people on Twitter that are on the East Coast, and the media on the East Coast was completely different than the media on the West Coast. So the people on the West Coast knew that there was a red wave. The people over here were like, "Oh, Trump failed. He didn't do it." And it was like two realities where
Mm.
one side was like it was a dud, it was a trickle, it wasn't a red wave, it was a trickle, and it's all Trump's fault. And then on the other side, they were like, he's like 98% winning. You know what I mean? 98% of what he wanted done is done. And that's like an A plus, but how's that a fail? So it was really weird, really, really weird. And
So, hey,
Oh,
oh, and the only person that's speaking up is Mr. T and a few people. Everyone else is quiet on it. Even Mr. Florida, he's been quiet on it. So people
yeah,
are
right.
irritated. And Mr. T is on the attack, and this isn't new. He did this for 4 years when he was prez. He did it on the run up to the elections, and everyone was like, he's rude, crude, he's mean, he's look at the stuff he's saying, and then you find out like 6 months later, oh yeah, that person is in bed with Dragonland. That person is dirty. So I don't understand. It's like two realities going side by side that are like I was
So what
hoping it was going to collide Tuesday, but I guess it didn't.
what I find interesting is that West Coast is liberal
Yep.
and East Coast is where more of the conservatives, right?
not here.
And huh? Oh, well,
Well,
yeah, but
South.
Not
in
here.
general,
Yeah.
I mean California liberal, and then the Bible Belt is more Eastern states, right?
Hmm.
And so I'm wondering if that's what it is that it where a lot of the people on the West Coast that you're talking about, where they maybe people who have they're surrounded by liberals, so to them they could see the win, but on the East Coast they're they expected more. So you understand, understand what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. I understand. It's it's strategy, obviously. People are missing it, and who knows what's going on. We were just hoping for something to happen, and it was a little disappointing. You know.
Yeah, but I think you
But
pointed
we're
out to
not
me
giving
that
up like some people.
Oh, there is a big thing that happened though that everyone's quiet on. Crypto news. So cryptos are kind of crashing, and it's because
mm,
of a crypto FTX. And
yep,
I don't know. I'll say it once. Let's not bring it up again because who knows if that's a new word that's going to be
right,
checked. Um, so we find out that it's a Ponzi scheme, and basically, Mr. B and the D's were sending money to the U
yeah,
country. The U country was buying that crypto. That crypto company was then being the second largest donor to the D party. It was basically a money laundering scheme. They
right,
just got caught and no one's talking about it.
yeah, yeah. I did see that on Heath's YouTube or Telegram channel, Madonna English. I just want to tell Earthlight 2010 that I've got your request and I will be getting to it about your poor cat that passed away, Warren.
Oh,
Um, so I have some exciting news.
yeah.
Uh, I've hit the halfway mark of my goal to move to the beach. So so I'm halfway there, and that I owe that to all of
Okay.
you out there listening, and those of you who've sent me donations, and all the fine people who've come to me for personal reading. So thank you, everybody, for getting me halfway there. It seemed to happen faster than I thought. I think a lot of that was switching to buy me a coffee. There's for one thing, there's not a delay. I have to wait a month to get paid from YouTube, and they
Mhm.
take half of it. So now I'm getting like 95% of what you donate, or and so anyways, so that was great. That made me feel really good. I feel like I'm
Hey,
halfway there.
a while back, I remember, didn't you do something where we did like a reading or we checked? I don't know if it was live or if it was personal. We checked on how like how how you're gonna get there, and it was gonna happen quicker than you thought, didn't it? Wasn't that the reading?
Yeah, I don't remember that. But I think I think you probably remember it better than I do. But yeah, I probably. Okay, so let's start off with some questions of world event stuff. You got anything there?
Right.
Oh, I forgot to. I don't know. Did I mention in this stream about what happened to SGN on today?
No,
Just
not
Not in the
say
yet.
stream. Yeah, talk about
I'll
it.
just say it again. So I got an email from SGN this morning saying that he had a coworker who had fallen ill and he had to go into work. So we're going to reschedule. I haven't emailed him back yet because I had to talk to Dan first. So what did we decide, Dan?
Yeah,
Thursday
Thursday.
night?
Yeah.
Pardon me. Uh, I would love to get him on live. I wonder if he'd be willing to do that. But
Uh,
anyways, so that's why we're doing this impromptu
Yeah.
special edition of Esoteric Musings Live. And Dan, you have some questions for the cards on some world events?
Well, world event. Let's talk about. Let's just do what we just did with the FTX. Is this crypto scandal going to be the domino that starts the
Okay,
events?
the first domino to fall. All right. How's my sound? Am I still okay?
no, now you're
Breaking it up. And you're gonna love it. So I switched off the overhead just for the sound. But
Yeah.
we've got a resounding yes here. It's already started, by the way.
There we go.
This is really wild. All right, let me turn on my camera here and show you guys. So I apologize if the audio breaks up, people, but I really want you to see these cards. Deep
Oh,
state. We got a yes. Number one, deep state, power in the background. The deep state is really crashing down, and they know it. They're in panic mode with this Three of Swords. So we have this the Hierophant, Ace of Wands. That's the yes to your question. Tower in the past. So this is not the first domino. This is one of many dominoes, and we're just waiting to hear it. When it comes out through disclosure. But yeah, it's already started. But the thing you mentioned, this crypto you mentioned, was definitely a major, uh, a big domino. So yeah, that's a definite yes on that, Dan.
ooh,
That
let's just hope
that
all
was
the
so
other
clear.
countries fail.
All right. You want to do that coffee one? And then if we don't get any more questions, we'll start asking other ones.
Yeah, and I just heard and sounded like I got another one. So yeah, let's go to Earthlight 2010. Thank you very much for the coffees, first off. And I'm very sorry about Oren. Uh, that's a hard thing. I take death of a pet very hard when it happens. Okay, it happened a year ago on October 24th, 4 days after my birthday. Is there some message that you can provide me about him? Also, is there some message you can provide about my life? Sure, we can do that. First, since you asked for a general message about your life, uh, let's do that first, and maybe Oren uh, will also pop in there, but um, I'll answer both of those. Do both of those. First, we're going to do a general reading on what does the universe want to tell Earthlight 2010. I don't recognize that screen name, so thank you. If this is your first time making a donation and asking a question, I thank you very much. I appreciate it. And please come in the live chat and give us some feedback. Okay, so this is a general. What does the universe want to tell you about your life right now? All right. So looks like you've been having your feelings hurt recently. Um, maybe you had a small, like not a serious thing, but like an argument with friends and family. I would imagine maybe with what's gone on this week, there's a lot of like Dan, you were telling me, right?
Yeah.
How you have all these people who are now taking the black pill and
Yeah.
saying the election didn't go the way we wanted it to.
Mm-hmm.
So it might be some of that going on, and you have a hard. It's three of cups is your crossing card, so it's hard for you to hang out in a crowd. Basically, it's hard for you to go out and enjoy yourself. Maybe you're feeling down from that. And you have this three of swords underneath you here, so this is the advice, and maybe there are a lot of people telling you things like I told you so, or you know you keep saying that this is going to happen and it hasn't happened, and it's hard for everybody. I know, uh, Veronica, you deal with this a lot. You're tired of, like, I think in your words, saying looking stupid or whatever, right? Something like that. Veronica, can you explain it in your words? That feeling that you get.
Yeah, I've been trying to help them, and it makes me feel stupid, and I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, and also, so the three of swords is like betrayal. Maybe you feel like you've been betrayed by the truthers you've listened to too. But the advice here is to let go of that, because that
Yeah.
that doesn't do you any good. And trust the plan, really, with the Emperor here. This is Mr. T. This is the Alliance. So nothing has gone the way that we've said it's going to go, and that makes us feel betrayed. And no matter how much faith you have in the 17th letter and the plan, there still might be this nagging feeling that it's not going fast enough, it's not going the way you want it to.
Mhm.
But
No, that's not
but the
necessarily me though. It's the people that I'm dealing with. I have complete
right,
trust in the plan. They
right,
do not. And I'm trying to reassure them and they're, well, how do you know? And it's like, I don't know. I can just feel it, right? You can just
uh-huh.
feel that it's
Mhm.
it's not doom and gloom. I don't know. I can't explain it. I just don't feel it. I feel like we are gonna be saved or whatever, and we're gonna have greatness. I
Right.
don't know. Whatever, sorry.
But all of that negativity does have an effect on you. So it's important just to not let that, not hold on to those feelings of rejection, or like people turning on you, because they're kind of putting it all on you. Yeah. So we have the Emperor here. The Alliance is in control, and slowly but surely these things are playing out, and you know, trust the plan. By the way, the person who asked this, Earth Light 2010, um, Queen of Pentacles in the background. So you have the ability to manifest things in your life that you need. So you'll always have that. So anyways, I just think, I know we've all had, a lot of people have suffered these setbacks from what happened last Tuesday. That maybe it didn't go the way we wanted, and yet there's probably a lot of people who are telling you that you're a fool for believing this. But just don't worry. We have the Emperor here. That's the Alliance, and they're in control. So, and like Veronica says, she feels it. She knows it. And when you know it, it's just hard when you have a lot of people who don't. They don't have that knowing. By the way, I love that knowing. We just know, you know. Uh, so, anyways, let's take a look at Oren, and see what he wants to say to his past mommy. I'm assuming she's a woman. I don't think a man would be asking about how their cat is feeling. I just hope that Oren had a long, happy life. That's what's important, you know. We're we're always going to outlive our pets, and unless we get them when we're really old. So as long as he didn't die prematurely or something like that. All right. So this is from Oren to Earthlight 2010. Oh, well, isn't that nice? So we have this. He had such a good, full, happy life. This 10 of Cups. So you know how cats are? They love to rule the house. So he's like, I don't know if it was a male or a female, but I'm guessing Oren. Oh, the name must have been male. He's like, yes, I was the king of the household. It's funny because we even have a cat here in the shape of a lion in the middle. So he's like, yes, while I was there, I was the king of that place. Oh, guess what? Oren has reincarnated already. He's
Mhm.
come back. We have the Page of Cups. So this is a birth of a rebirth. And it's funny, animals have souls too, and they go through little soul journeys as well. And I think that he gained strength somehow through Orin's time with you. He got some strength that enabled him to, I think, even move up the life chain from. So, I mean, I subscribe to the Buddhist idea that life forms move up in their enlightenment. So a cat maybe comes back as a higher, an animal with a higher consciousness, maybe even a human being. And and yeah, he just was very happy in that home. He felt loved and taken care of. The Six of Wands. And it's funny with the Knight of Cups in the back. You know how cats sometimes you can be petting them and they're all happy, and then all of a sudden they turn around and bite you for seemingly no reason. I think he may have done that with you sometimes. But but yeah, overall, just with this Ten of Cups, this is a full, complete, happy life that he had, and that he was the master of the household. And yeah, I think he's come back in some form. Um, I don't know if I'm right about him coming back as a human, but he may be back in some form, and who knows? Maybe he'll come back to you again if he's so keep an eye out if you see any kittens or you can rescue something, maybe he'll come back to you and join you again. I just think it's great that we asked a question about a cat and we got this right in the middle,
Yeah.
the lion. So that was confirmation that that was Oren,
Yeah.
and saying, yeah, with that 10 of cups he had a full healthy lifestyle life. So thank you very much, Earthlight, for that. Yeah, let's see if I have another one here. Oh, yes, Fiona. Hi, Fiona. Okay, and Fiona, three coffees, and thank you very much for that extra tip there. She says, "Is there anything the universe wants to tell me?" Thanks, Scott. Did we get any feedback from Earthlight in the chat there about
Yeah, you're
Orin?
right. She wasn't. She's a woman.
Okay, well,
And that's about it.
so I wonder if I'm wondering if Orin is one of those cats that had a sensitive spot that it's like you can pet here, you can pet here, but if you touch here, you get bit.
She's
Okay,
a top
Fiona, what
cat.
does the universe need you to
She
know
did respond.
right
She said,
now?
"Thank you, Scott. He was the top cat in my home. He was very loved, and his Misty
Uh-huh.
won."
Yeah. Yeah, well, he definitely considered himself the master of that house. I can tell you that because he came up with the as the emperor there. Okay, and this is for Fiona. Okay, Fiona, have you had any big celebrations in your family or in your life lately? Because the four of wands have there been any weddings or or anything like that? Or maybe you're just in a state of celebration because the movie's almost over. Maybe you're one of those people who's not uh, taken the black pill. At the moon in the past. So this is your subconscious here. It looks like I would say that have you been getting any messages from like through dreams? Have you had any dreams recently, maybe of like a father or someone who's passed away, or an ancestor, a male ancestor who's passed away? Curious about that. Which reminds me, I had a dream last night that I'd like to talk about a little later. Okay, so if not, because I'm really getting the feeling that there is a man who has passed away and may have been giving you some kind of messages or sending you something through dreams. Okay, if that's not the case, then there's maybe a man in your life right now, someone who you think is very a good-looking man, a man of integrity and honesty. And so there could be somebody in your life right now, maybe somebody new, not necessarily romantic. So let me see if we get any feedback from Fiona. Can you let me know there? So we've got this King of Wands, right? So somebody who's in in your atmosphere now. And maybe somebody you've met recently. And oh, okay. And the Hierophant underneath. So this person, there's somebody, either, like as I said, someone who's passed away, and I'm seeing that because of the moon in the background, or if not, then it's somebody in that you know now, and they're here to teach you something. Okay. Maybe it could be a spiritual teacher, it could be a religious leader. So if you go to church, it could be someone from your church, or maybe somebody that you follow on YouTube, like some of these great teachers out there, like Brad Johnson or some of the others. So this is a person that you can learn something from, right? And and you have to this Queen of Swords. So use your discernment with who you follow too. We know that the Queen of Swords has come up many times in our readings because, and we're hearing it now. That many of the truthers out there, SG Anon's been talking about this. Uh, they really don't have anything to offer. So I think this is just saying, be careful, because a lot they're trying to create uh, some conflict. So don't fall. If somebody tries to draw you into an argument, don't fall for that. Okay, this Five of Swords and the Queen of Swords. If somebody tries to draw you into an argument, or tries to tell you that somebody that you follow is not authentic or not real, don't let them draw you into that. Use your own discernment and your own intuition, and and trust yourself that whoever this person is that you're following, whether it's someone you know in real life or a truther on the internet, uh, that person has some good wisdom to share with you. Okay, Fiona. So I'm not sure if any of that made sense to you, and that's why I like to get feedback on these things.
She says, I usually can't remember my dreams. I'm mostly a loner. No one in my life at the moment. Will keep my eyes out.
Okay, that's that's good information, because this this could be talking about you. Okay, I know even though you're a woman, we all have a balance of male and female uh, energies in us. So this may be saying to get in touch with that male energy inside of you and and channel that. So um, that's the other way it could be. So, and I would say now this since there's not somebody in your life like that. And did she say about a man who passed away though?
No.
No, she
A
didn't say.
father, brother?
No.
Okay, because that's another strong possibility with this. Um, and it makes sense that she doesn't remember her dreams because the moon is mysterious like that. So, um, let me see if I can figure out what this is. Okay, so I want to say that this is advice to work on channeling your masculine side. I know that might sound crazy, but it's important that everybody have a balance between their male and female sides, you know? All right, Fiona. Well, if if since you sent me an extra cup of coffee there, if you have a follow-up on that, I'd be happy to answer it. You don't have to put it in buy me a coffee, just put it in the chat and Dan and Veronica will read it for me. Okay. Now, real quick, I want to talk about this dream I had last night. This that reading just reminded me of it. Um, I was on a yacht with my father, and the yacht was a metaphor, I think, for truther groups. And there was a problem underneath it, underneath the waterline. There was a problem with the boat. Had like barnacles on it that needed to be scraped off, maybe some holes that needed to be patched. And I was talking with my dad about how best to do this. And he said, we need a diver. We need a good diver who can go down there. And I'm like, well, I can do that. I'm a diver. And then, uh, and then I asked him, do you think it'd be okay if I did it? And he said, okay, son, I'm going to have to tell you, I'm with the COE. I'm like, COE? And it's like, I was supposed to know what that was. What is the COE? And, uh, and I said, well, do you think, that they will allow me to go and do this work? Because I know I can do it. I'm a good diver. And he's like, yes, we're going to ask you to go down there and fix this. And then I started thinking of what could COE mean? And I thought council of something. Council of what? Council of elders. So, I think in my dream, my dad was telling me that he was on this council of elders and there was a problem with the ship and that I could help fix it. So, anyways, I woke up from that dream feeling really energized, and I felt like I'd spent a couple hours with my dad, who passed away in
Yeah.
2010.
Oh, that's nice.
So that was really cool.
And that's the
Does
second dream
Fiona
you've had
have
with
any?
your dad.
What,
That
Veronica?
you've told us about another dream you had with your dad. Do you dream about him a lot, or is it just?
No, no, no. Um, yeah,
I
what
remember
was
the
that
other one
other?
that it was like the first time that when you got the pyramid from us. That
Yeah,
first night we had that dream. What was it about? It was about your
Right.
dad. I remember it
Guys,
was about your dad.
yeah. And there was no real message there. It was just that I was hanging out with him. Yeah.
Hmm. I just thought of it anyways.
oh, Fiona says she's thanks, Scott. We'll do. We'll keep a dream diary before I forget. You could also do a thing where if you have your phone, if you have a thing to keep it up and you can just hit it and then talk into it like what your dream is.
That's a great idea
Yeah.
because it'd be really hard to you have to turn on a light to write things down. So yeah, just
Hmm.
hit a recording on your phone and or just voice to text in your messages or something
Yeah.
in your notes. All right. Well, thank you very much, Fiona. for that.
Yeah, Stacy has a question. She
Okay.
is scheduled for a mammogram next week. Should I
Uh-huh.
get this screening and does it cause cancer? I would like to
Wow.
give my opinion either before or after the reading, whichever you
Well, go
prefer.
ahead. Go ahead now, Veronica, because
Well, personally,
I had a feeling you would have something to say about this, so please do.
well, listen, I'm all about health, right? I don't have technical terms, but so a mammogram, they take your boob, they squish it, they break all the cells inside your body, then they're shooting the radiation in there.
Yeah,
And
I agree.
yeah,
We're not giving medical advice on this
no
show.
medical advice. No, no, no.
And yes, I agree with you. I've
Yeah.
seen these reports, and if any friend or family were to tell me that they were getting a mammogram, I'd immediately to say that's a bad idea. But
Yeah.
let's see. First, first, Stacy, I just want to look at your health in general, and also we'll look here for the advice. Uh,
She says there's a
yeah,
history of
coffees here. Nope, nothing new. So anything you guys got?
All right. Well,
oh, you want to do that one?
yeah, because
Okay.
like we were talking before with Veronica having to deal with people who are awake, just impatient, and they really seem like they're becoming black pilled. Which I'm not
Right.
concerned about people going black pilled because as soon as, right, say you know what's going on, but I'm fed up and I'm becoming black pilled, like it's never going to happen. Things are the worst. As soon as things start happening, I'm like, oh, they're happening. It's me. It's Dan again. I'm red pill. You know, they'll be back in it because they know what's going on. And I like to say, if we weren't winning, if good didn't win, she'd be gone already. She's lost like how many Facebooks? She has so many
10.
accounts. Like she didn't hide anything. She's on whatever list they had. She'd be gone. And during the pandemic, we would have had neighbors like clapping, like get her out of here. She needs help. Take her away. Like they wouldn't have stopped. No one would have come to help her. So if they were going to do something, they would have taken care of it. And people have no idea the toys they had. So if they were going to win, they could have won 10 times over. You know, so it's kind of obvious. It's just playing out because the good guys want to
Wake up as many people as they
make it as
can.
gentle, which goes into the next thing of one of her friends always talks crap like just do it. Who cares? They're big. Let's show them everything. And he doesn't realize people's brains are not going to be able to handle like everything we know in 2 minutes. Like we've had years to do it, and these people aren't going to be able to handle like getting it all in like 5 minutes. You know, they're going to go crazy. And we kind of wondered what's going to happen to the people that refuse to wake up, because I think we know a few where we're at, but they said it's supposed to be 6 to 10%. That's a lot of people not dealing with reality. And from their point of view, they think it'd basically be like you woke up and you're surrounded by the Nazis and they won, and you just have to live with them. That's basically how they're going to see it. And they're so far gone that they could be in gray uniforms with swastikas and they're saying everyone else is Nazis. Like that's how far gone they're gone. Like they can't like their ego won't let them happen. Like won't let it happen. So what's going to happen to these people? They're not going to be able to live in society with everyone else. Like, are they going to go to live in camps? Are they going to like? I don't
Gotcha.
know what's going to happen.
Yeah, or will they just disappear? You know, like
Yeah,
will there be this mitosis that happens with the new Earth? You know, where
yeah,
all the enlightened people go, and then there's going to be this hellish Earth where all
yeah,
of them stay behind. But by the way, real quick, I was listening to SGN on about why it's been taking so long because it was supposed to happen January, 2020, you know, on like the 6th and then on the 20th. So, supposedly the bad guys have some uh, nuclear bombs that they've gotten a hold of, and they had like you remember Some of All Fears, the movie,
yeah, yeah,
where there was a device hidden under a stadium or something like that.
yeah.
and they were saying they were going to take out a bunch of people, and that's one of the reasons why it's taken so long for this to happen. Not just to make things easier for the people who aren't awake, but to save literal lives. You know, maybe tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of lives. So I believe that's true. Oh, by the way, SGN said that probably nuclear weapons don't even exist.
Yeah.
However, not in the form that they tell us they do, which I've been saying for about 5 years now. At least not in the form that they tell us they do, but they're just really big bombs. So they still have these huge freaking, you know, boom booms
Yeah.
that can make a mushroom cloud and take out tens of thousands of people. But interesting question, Dan. What is going to happen to these people who just are unable to wake up? Okay, this first card is us. It's the Emperor. Moon. Two of Wands. Seven of Swords. They're gonna put them in a spaceship and send them to the moon, Dan. I'm joking,
That would be
kind of.
great. Then we
Well,
wouldn't have to deal
the
with this
moon's
doctor
supposed to be a
anymore.
spaceship, uh, but I was jokingly saying this was literal, but no, we have the moon here. So these are people who are really been captured by their minds have been captured by the cabal.
Mhm.
And now you gave a couple of possibilities, right? What were some of the things you said?
Well,
Oh, the camps.
they could live in a FEMA camp. But for some reason, when you started talking and then I saw the moon, something flashed in my head is like, could they just hook them up to like a military grade virtual reality and let them live that terrible life they wanted to live? You know what I mean? Like they won and all the conservatives are gone and they get to be like slaves to the government. You know what I mean?
So so be so what you're saying is somehow they're going to be separated from uh the rest of society. Okay,
Yeah.
and I think that's a yes to that. Um, maybe maybe there's a continent somewhere, kind of like when you know Australia was started by the uh, the by the Great Britain sending all its criminals there,
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah,
Oh,
and then they can all live out their dystopian, you know.
That is
Um,
exactly what I was hoping for.
yeah,
hey,
so I'm saying that because we got a yes in
yeah.
here, and I think it's to your idea that they're going, yeah, and that's what you would have to do. Um, these people are mentally ill, and they wouldn't be allowed to be in regular society. So yeah, the Seven of Cups is the outcome. They're going to go on living in this false reality that they've bought into, and yeah, I mean, I think maybe putting them in a VR world might be a little bit more sci-fi than I'm ready to go to, but just somehow separated from the rest of society. But the Alliance has a strategy to deal with them, and it will be taking them out,
Right, because
separating them some way.
like if they have friends and family that don't end up going with them, I mean, what's going to be the story? Like, why are they gone? Where are they going? Do you know what I mean? You know
Yeah.
what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say?
Yeah. And Scott, you ever heard of breakaway societies? Like, you ever heard of the Aviators Club? That was a society. Like in the past, there were societies where an area evolved technology wise, and they decided to just hide themselves. You know what I mean? So there's other breakaway societies out
Mhm.
there that have hidden because we're like the Neanderthals and we're the warring people and they're doing their technology somewhere else. That's what some of the aliens might be, just a breakaway society. This is like the reverse, where they're going to break away to stay stuck and we're going to be advancing everywhere, and in a few years from now, we'll just be flying in our flying car, driving by and see them living in their Stone Age huts and be like, hey, you guys want help? Not from you, Nazi. It's going to be so like weird that it's like reverse. We're the ones evolving and they're the ones staying stuck,
Yeah. Yep. I think so, but they will definitely have to be separated from everybody else because it could be contagious,
Yeah.
Like I heard somebody. So this everybody who's been infected by this AI Archon brain mind control, MK Ultra stuff, uh, all of that has to be. It's like going back to the cancer analogy. It is like a cancer, and when when you cut out a cancer, if you leave any little bit left, it can metastasize once again, and so it all has to be removed.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I think someone's got a coffee because someone in live said that. Nancy Tyrone said she did have a coffee
It
question.
just chimed in. Yeah, so this is HIP2 sewing. Any messages from the universe for me? Let's take a look. And is that the person who just asked said something in the chat as well?
Yeah, she said in the chat too. She also said,
Nan?
what about my mom in heaven? Does she know the White Hats have won? I left the coffee for you. Just wanted to make sure it went through.
Yeah, I got it. Thank you. What was that last question you just said? What about you
Her
broke up?
mom in heaven, does she know the White Hats have won? I think we had a
Well,
question like that.
yes. People who've passed on can see everything,
Yep.
but I'll see if there's a message in here from your mom. Okay. Any messages from the universe for me? Here's a an Ace of Swords, and that was a yes or no question. Yes, your mother knows. Of course she does. Right, Page of Swords and Wands and So I'm wondering if she has any uh, anybody. Is there anybody in the military that she knows? Sons or daughters, or I'm wondering like because we have this Knight of Swords. It seems like she might be getting a message from someone who's in the military, or this could be like just in general that get ready because there's an emergency broadcast coming soon. Get ready for that. Uh, I really get the feeling because this Page of Swords, this is messages, right? Ace of Ace of Swords is definitely a message coming out, and coming from where? Coming from the military. I think this is telling you get ready for disclosure. I'm not sure if you're one of those people who have kind of gotten frustrated because it hasn't come out, but this might be what it is. You might be one. Maybe you're one of those people, and listen, it makes sense. I understand it. Who's really upset that this hasn't happened yet. This is trying to reassure you that yes, it's definitely coming. Okay. It's been delayed because of the things we talked about earlier. And if you're worried that it's never going to happen, that is an unfounded fear. That's what the Nine of Swords always tells us, that there's a message coming imminently from the military. And of course, this is a message I think everybody needs to hear right now. And I that's what I think the universe wanted you to know, that be prepared. Okay, do strategically prepare what you need to do. Make sure you have everything you need to hunker down for 2 or 3 weeks while this is cleaned up. So the message is get ready because disclosure is happening really soon.
Said her
Okay.
said there's Stacy was saying that there's a few more coffees they finally popping in, or is it a delay, or
Yeah. No, yeah, there's I just got so Jesse just said I want to pay for a $75 reading for someone of your choice. Jesse, I still owe you another one. That's two. All right. So I promise I'm going to work on this. Past couple weeks I've had private readings every day, and I've been doing stuff every day, but my schedule's clear for the next few days. So Jesse, I promise you I'm going to work on this, and I will make sure that the the donations you've given for other people to get readings will go out. Um, how about maybe if I put it out there, does anybody have any suggestions of how I can give away these readings that Jesse's been paying for?
let me see
So
if it
far, so far he's got two full readings. So I want them to go to the people who cannot afford a reading on their own, right? So how do we do that? Any suggestions from anybody and anybody listening in the chat? I don't want to just do it randomly and like to people who've already donated and things like that. I don't know. Anybody have any ideas?
Stacy says just pick a number.
Yeah,
How about this?
but then
Jesse is has like he said he wants to pay for another one. If you're listening to my voice right now and you would like a reading from me and you really can't afford it, uh, send me an email. Tell me about your situation, and then I will choose the person who I think is most deserving, but the two people who are most deserving of. All right. So this is open to anybody and people who like I said, really you this is not something you can't justify spending $70 on a tarot card reading because that's going to buy your groceries for a week and that's all the money you have, something like that. And you have something really pressing on you that you need answers to. All right, so send me your emails in the regarding or the line item. Say Jesse, that's Jesse, donation, and then tell me what your situation is and why you should be the one who gets it. And I'll give it to the person who I feel is the most deserving. How's that sound?
Yeah, sounds people liking it. So
All right. So
let's try to get this one.
Stacy, if you could put my email in the chat, please. And I want to And I promise you, Jesse, I'll make sure that your donations get out to the people who need them the most. Okay. Thank you for that. Thank you for your support, Jesse.
Yeah. So you just the reading you just did was the hip to sewing, right? The any message from universe for me, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, the
Yeah.
next
That was the one that had all the EBS cards and the military.
okay.
Yeah.
That was for
Do you have
her.
RG now? Do you
Excuse
see
me?
RG? Do you see RG?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, RG. This is
Yeah.
Rose.
And
Hi,
then there's
Rose.
Nancy.
John Mendez, also known as Smarty, has free healing frequency holograms on his website. He also sells other types of merchandise with healing frequencies too. Do they really work?
You want me to
All
talk
right.
about this guy a little? I actually follow him on Telegram. I don't know how I follow him.
Absolutely.
It just showed up. Um, he's kind of lively. He reminds me of who's the guy that's got the huge seat, does the RV stuff.
Oh, Mel Carmine.
Mel Carmine. He reminds me of him. Very like alive. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And his stuff is the stuff where it's like the tree of life or the designs. You know the designs, and they're put in things, and that's mostly what it is. He does have stuff that's copper and things like that, but it's like pouring your intention into these designs, which are symbols of certain things, powerful symbols, and then putting them on stuff. So that's kind of what he's selling. And
Okay, so that's what the hologram frequency holograms.
yeah.
That sounds like that, yeah. All right, and so this is for John Mendez, also known as Smarty, and she wants to know if his devices really work. That's a great question. Thank you, Rose. Oh, and oh, here's I haven't done Nancy's yet. Okay, Nancy, I just saw yours too. Okay, I apologize. I didn't see that one right away. But this one is for RG. So Smarty's coming up as a higher font. So he's definitely someone who seems to have a lot of knowledge about this. And the outcome is the Six of Pentacles. So definitely, I would say definitely his devices really do work. Uh, there might be some people who talk about him or try maybe people there are people who are his teachers, people who say that and that I think that's why this Three of Swords is here. But in reality, they are definitely something that can bring balance to the physical body. So that's a good thing. Um, I think this is something new, and it may be in the beginnings, early stages of this. I want to call it a technology, and that it's only going to get better. Okay, I'm saying that because this death card here. So yes, it works. It's good now, but in the future, he'll be coming out with things that will be even better. So yeah, I would say that he's legitimate and his devices do work. All right, now let me go to Nancy because I got Nancy. I got Nancy confused with
Hold on. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody got confused
Everybody
by
got
that.
confused. They thought the EBS card, the one that was Nancy's. That's what they thought.
no, no. That was for
Hip to Helen. Well, hip to sewing, whatever her she comes up
no,
there.
that was right hip right. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
hip to
We all
sewing.
thought it was, yeah, okay.
Fiona, I did already. RG, I did. Nancy. Okay. Nancy says, my mom was aware of the cabal 30 years ago. She passed away last year. Does she know the White Hats are in control? Okay. That's what we got confused. All right. Thank you very much, Nancy. Let's do this. And kudos to your mom for being aware of the cabal 30 years ago.
It's almost as long as you, right? You're at 40, aren't you?
Uh, yeah, when I was in the Seventh-day Adventist Church, we didn't call it the cabal. We
Mhm.
just called it uh, Satan. But it's the same thing. And the Seventh-day Adventists predicted that there was going to be a time when people were going to get something like this. You know, so there was a lot of truth in the Seventh-day Adventist Church, but there were also some dark things about it. And that's why I ended up leaving. Okay, let's go here. All right. This is from Nancy's mom. Well, Eight of Wands are messages. Does she know the White Hats are in control? So this is gonna sound kind of fun, right? So yes, she's like, yes, of course I do. Um, but in that dimension, it's not something that they even really think about. You know, it's it's not something that she is worried about. And I think that's what this Two of Swords is saying. It's like, yeah, it's already done. It's like she plays a part in it, a minor role on the other side. There's a Three of Pentacles. But seeing strength. Yeah, it's really funny because we only have the one major. Oh no, I'm sorry, we have the Magician here. It's I get the feeling it's like she's concerned with something else. So she has a role in this other dimension, and it has to do with something else that is not with what's going on here and now. So I think that when we're in these higher dimensions, we have these other, you know, things that people are, or I mean, people, everybody's working on some part of the plan, the master plan from the source creator. And she's in the process of doing that. This could be world building, like building another reality somewhere else for other beings. And I say that because this magician's in the middle.
Mhm.
So
That's
but she's huh?
that's just like those are 3D problems, not wherever she's at now. It's
Yeah, right. Right, exactly. That's the kind of the way I feel that, and that's the feeling I get from it. And it's like, don't even worry about it. It's not something I think about. I've got other things that I'm working on, and the multiverse is so vast. There are so many other worlds there are billions of worlds out there, and she may be off doing something else in those worlds. But yeah, I mean, we can't imagine at that higher dimensional level, the things that we think are important really aren't. And I do realize that the whole universe is watching what's going on Earth right now because this is a major event. But when you look at the bigger picture, if we can't even imagine these higher dimensions. This would, and I've talked about this before. It's like to us, this seems like such a big deal, but on higher dimensions, nope. There's probably other places going through the same types of things all over this enormous, infinite reality that exists. So I know it's hard to wrap our heads around, but yeah.
Oh,
Okay. Did I cover? Did I miss
you
anybody in
covered
the
it, but
Buy Me a Coffee?
Stacy's worried that
Jesse?
that when you did that reading for Hip to Sewing, you did say it was Nancy, and it sounds so similar to the cards you did right now. She's worried that maybe like something got mixed up, so she's just wondering if you could reduce
Right. Okay.
sewing.
Hip to Sewing, right?
Yeah, and that was just. Oh, do you have it?
Yeah,
It was
because
just
I did conflate the two. So I
just a
would like to do I would like
universe
to do
message.
a follow up. I'd like to do a follow up on Hip to Sewing, and let's see if there's anything else there. Any messages from the universe? Very broad, very general. So there could be a lot of messages.
Yeah.
And yes, thank you, Stacy, for uh, following up on that. I really
The
appreciate it.
problem is because the world events right now are getting so big that it kind of applies to a lot of us. You know what I mean? You might be doing
Yeah,
a
right.
universal reading that applies to a lot of us.
Yeah, yeah. Right. When somebody says any messages for me, I mean, yeah, and that one was very general. That was the one that had all of the swords at the military and Mhm. Okay, but I'm gonna say this. I wish I like to have people's real names. Don't need your full name, just first names. But hip to sewing. This is especially for you, okay? And if it
Oh, it
happens to
says
be
hip
general for
to
everybody,
Helen here.
On the chat, on the YouTube chat,
Helen.
it's hip to him.
It
So
says hip to Helen on the YouTube chat.
Helen. All right. Great. Yeah, yeah. So it's a different name here, hip to sewing. All right. Helen, this is for you. Exclusively for Helen, because you deserve it. Three of Wands, Ten of Swords. Now, this was there before, right? In this position. It's saying the same thing over again. Oh, this is great.
swords.
So it's kind of picking up where the last reading left off. Uh, it's like yes, the for the most part the the cabal has fallen, right? And look at what we have coming, the the sun. So once again, if you have any concerns that things are not happening and that maybe we've all been hoodwinked by these truthers, uh, you, you need to rest assured that the future is going to be a golden age of safety and abundance for all. It's not going to happen overnight, of course. There's going to be a time of growth and change that's going to happen with this Seven of Pentacles here. But this new world, this new uh, system that we're going to have, system of governance and economics and everything, is going to be manifesting and taking shape over the next, year. But yeah, we're heading into uncharted territory with this Three of Wands. Still, it's always remember it's good to use discernment. Be careful who you follow, and yeah, don't take that black pill if it's offered to you. So there you go, Helen. This is your future, Helen. Safety and abundance and happiness. Thank you for that.
Um,
All
there's a
right, how
question.
we doing?
We have what is it, a sticker,
Mhm.
whatever, from Fiona. The question
Okay.
is, do you see a crypto crash on November 13th? Cliff High's web data predicts an emotional spike that day. Mr. Black.
What day is that?
Cliff, November 13th.
Yeah, right.
Tomorrow.
Now,
Or today for you.
his data is from
Friday.
His data is
Wait, what's
basically
today? Oh,
what
Or is it
Okay.
Saturday?
what day is
Saturday.
it? It's Saturday night
I
for
don't-
us. It's the
Saturday
13th
night.
for you.
Sunday. How
Yeah,
could there be?
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
13th for you. Yeah. So
Right.
tomorrow, it's Sunday is the 13th. Yeah.
but
Okay. And
So-
the question was about a crypto crash?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you see a crypto crash on November 13th? Cliff High predicts an emotional spike that day.
Hasn't that already happened? I thought I woke up to reading that cryptos
there was a
were
crypto
You know,
crash.
it's up and down,
There was a crash because of that FTX crypto. It was like a
Right.
fraud, and then all the ones kind of connected to it had to pay the price, and they crashed too a little.
Now,
They
what were
haven't
you saying
gone-
about Cliff High's web bots? I thought those weren't working anymore for some reason.
Well, his web bots before all the censorship happened were right on the money. Like he was predicting everything perfectly, and then as soon as
Right.
censorship showed up, it screwed him up because it messed up the algorithms. Certain words couldn't be used, so people
Right.
started choosing
Right.
like the jab or the Jabberwocky or like there's all these different words, and his bots are. It's like how are you going to keep up with the language that's changing because it's being forced to. So all he can do now, I think, is it's one or the other. Either he's better at short term or I think he's better at long term. He says, but
Mhm.
I got disappointed when he was saying a little while back people are going to start going insane, right? Because the data was showing, truth was coming out, and then people were going to find out what they really put in their bloodstream, and they were going to go nuts. And then it never
Mhm.
happened. I didn't see anyone going nuts. I didn't see
Mhm.
any of this stuff happening yet. So that's all I can say. But like before all the censorship, he was like predicting everything right on the money.
All right. So if you listen to Cliff High, you might get depression a lot from listening to him with this Queen of Cups in the background. He's always doom and gloom. So we got that. We have this Wheel of Fortune, and so there's a soft yes that there's something, and it may be more like rumors. So maybe not even things that aren't even true that are going to put people in a vulnerable position. I feel like this is a warning to not listen to these kinds of people, because what happens when you listen to these doom and gloom people, and I like Cliff High, by the way. It's not that I don't like Cliff. I do like him. Um, but he does always seem to be giving these messages of doom and gloom. And what that does is it makes you vulnerable. Okay. This the star is, she's in a vulnerable position. She's nude and she's out in the uh, wilderness. So there might be something that happens on that day that is going, if you're already block filled and then you get something else, it's just going to send you down that road even more. So I think everybody's on edge, and I think just about anything could bring people down even more. Let's see. So I think with the advice of the Fool and the Ten of Swords, it's more like trust in your own intuition and trust in the universe that even if it does seem like the very worst is happening, you have to know that the universe is going to take care of you. For me, if I woke up tomorrow and I saw that there was like some kind of Nibiru showed up, or nuclear bombs were flying around, I know somehow I have this like almost like a bubble of protection around me, and that no matter what happens, I'll be okay. And that's something I know. And I think that if everybody did that, then we could get through this a lot faster, because fear is what, just heard SG and on talking about this. We have been mind controlled through MK Ultra for over the past 50, 60 years to be in a state of constant fear. And this came to me as a revelation, I don't know, 20 years ago or something. And I just decided that, no, I actually, it was like 12 years ago, because Dan, I heard you talking about this,
Yeah.
how you were really into all this fear porn. Like,
Mhm.
you remember Comet Elenin? That was around 2011, 2012. And yeah, because it seemed like every week there was something new that was going to cause the end of the world. And I kind of got off on it, this
Yeah.
fear, adrenaline. And it's adrenaline, it pumps adrenaline into your body. But we need to get past this. It's the same advice I give all the time. I'm going to give it again. Anything, if you click on it, if it has a thumbnail that instills fear, has a title that instills fear, and then you click on it, and the first thing you get is this grip of an icy cold hand on your heart. Turn it off. Don't listen to it. That's exactly the type of MK Ultra that has kept us. We should have been in the ascended Earth 20, 30 years ago, in my opinion.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
this has kept us at this low state of vibration, and it's just slowed everything down.
Well, look at you did that reading on the Smarties stuff, and same with our orgone. Like, we can make something and he can make it, and if he gives it to someone and they don't believe in it and they don't put intent in it, it's not going to work. It's going to shut it
That's
down.
true.
It's based on, there's two sides of this coin. One to make it, and the other person to put their intention into it, to believe in it. And it's really not the object that's doing it; it's you. You're the one powering it up.
That's right.
So
That's right.
there's no point of freaking out and worrying. Just,
Yeah.
what comes, and that's it. Like, there's really no point.
Also,
Yeah.
fear kills your immune system.
It'll
Mhm.
make you sick.
It makes you sick. It does so much to your body that just, yeah,
So
that's all.
But fear also kind of feels good. That's why people like horror movies.
Yeah.
They like this. There's something exhilarating about it.
Mm.
Um, w- when I was in my adventure days, and like I went for a walk in a jungle here in Thailand called Khao Yai National Park. It was an 8 mile trek, big circle, and I went alone. And the guides were warning me not to go alone. I'm like, no, I got my GPS, I got maps. I'm an experienced outdoorsman. I'm not worried about anything. And I came across a herd of elephants, and that's the most dangerous thing in the jungle in Thailand. It's not tigers or bears or snakes, it's elephants. They kill more people than anything else. And yeah, it scared the crap out of me. And I got out of there as fast as I could as soon as I realized that there were some elephants down in this
Mm.
little valley not far from me. But that was fun. One of the most exhilarating times of my life, being alone in a jungle in Thailand and coming across a herd of wild elephants, you know. But anyways, hey guys, I think we're gonna wrap this up soon. I want to open up the questioning to anybody out there who couldn't afford to buy a coffee. If anybody out there would like a personal reading, now's the time to get it in. Type it into the chat. Dan and Veronica will read it off to me. And give it like 5 minutes. And then going to take the rest of the day off. Sunday, and I deserve it.
And when
All right.
like I put in that telegram, like during that period where it was not, I don't know if it was fear, but like it was more exhilaration because I knew something, but I wasn't awake yet. I knew the world was messed up, and I knew that it needed like a shock, like something to wake it up. So any of this stuff, like an asteroid or an EMP, it would force people to like wake up. And
That's right.
people that are thinking, no, we haven't lost, we won, because if you do the research, the stuff the game was over. Like they had so much stuff, we shouldn't be even be talking right now. Like we've already been shut down or whatever. Like they have everything. They have satellites that can pick up your auras. Like right now, if they were looking in our area, they could in an area they could pick our auras and tell which one of us is asleep, which one awake, if we're a problem, if we're they have all that stuff. So we won. That's it. It's just how we're winning is, you know, we're impatient. So what are you gonna
Yeah.
do?
If people listening out there haven't found SGN on yet and listened to him, he's spot on with this kind of stuff. He's not just a white hat truther type of person. He he understands the spiritual nature of this war, and he's somebody that I have complete resonance with in the things that he says. So go listen to SGN on his
Did you hear the
recent
one with him with Delara O'Brien? That was a good
I
interview.
thought I was all caught up in everything that he
Just send it to me.
had. So I'm not sure if it was that very new.
I think I sent it this morning in the, I think I put it in
Okay.
the group. I'm not sure. I could send it again, but she's really good. She
Yeah.
worked with Ken
Oh
Clements.
no, here it is. No, I haven't. I have
That's
Delora.
really good.
Okay. No, I haven't
Yeah.
listened to that one yet.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to
Okay.
that.
We
Um,
have a couple questions coming in. So
okay.
Stacy says, I know Scott had said it a while back that we are at the beginning of the ending. What percent of the ending do we have left to go?
That's one I'm really proud of. And that was because of the Georgia Guidestones getting blown up. And I said that marked the beginning of the end. A couple of days later, Phil said exactly the same words regarding the Georgia Guidestone. So either Phil was listening to me, which I highly doubt, and used my words for that reason, or I picked up on something that was exactly what he picked up on. And so that, yeah, that's one I like. when seriously, when Phil's used those words, those are the exact same words that I used. I was blown away by that. So yeah, good question, Stacy. Or yeah, Stacy. Sure, I got your name right. Well, I'm gonna use these cards anyway. Oh, I got these ones. Yeah, how's the sound out there? Can some
It's
people give some feedback, or is the audio
the
doing
audio's good.
okay?
Similar to what's your phone you use as the above head camera or whatever that one is it
Right.
makes it gets gargly. So
Yeah, I just noticed that too. All right. We've only got 5% of the movie left. It's like the Alliance is already celebrating, and we have this five. So there are just a few more minions that need to be cleaned up, and she's saying like how much is left. I'm going to say it's 5%, and in the near future, then we're going to 3%. Right? There's still things going on behind the scenes that we may never know with this high priestess here, but Mr. T is in control. So I think we're going right now at 5%, and then in the next few days we're going to be down to 3%. So yeah, we're just in the very last bit of it. They're already celebrating. This is kind of like in a marathon when you have one guy who's out in front and he can see the finish line and nobody can touch him and he's already like celebrating. That's where we're at right now.
Do you think he's going to announce
All
Tuesday
right.
that he's been president all along?
Yeah. Boy,
Cool.
I there was a head fake there that really got me because he says, I have this big announcement, and then it
yeah,
hinted that he was going to run in 2024, and everybody's like, "Oh, fuck that! We don't want to hear that," you
yeah,
know. And and then it started. Then people are saying, "No, no, no, he's got some big announcement." But see, I don't want to set myself up for another
yeah,
disappointment.
I know.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Uh, and so, but now I think, like I said, I really I really trust SGN. I think he may have mentioned it that yeah, what is that, Tuesday the 15th, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey,
And
let's ask the cards.
that
Let's
was the original date of the signing of the first constitution.
Yeah.
Right, is that what you call it?
Yeah. A
Yeah.
declaration, independence,
was it?
maybe.
Whatever.
I don't know. Scott, what if his
Um,
announcement is he gets up and he's like, "Hey, I'm just to let everyone know, you can switch your IRA to silver. Come to 7K Silver at TSI Trump Silver."
No,
I think
it's
he'd
the
be
first.
lynched. I think a mob of MAGA would lynch him.
All right. Well, we got another question. Do
But
we
no,
ever run these
it's
questions?
1777. That was the first Constitution of the United States was approved. That was
Very
November
good.
15th. So
So some things that blew me away were 1111 was 1111 days since the first 17th letter of the alphabet. That blew me away when I heard that.
right. And the end of the 17 clock.
Yeah, right. Yep. Okay, so hold on to that question you got there because let's look at the Mr. T, excuse me, the Mr. T announcement coming up this Tuesday. I want to, we're all led to believe that he's going to be announcing his run for 2024, which if he does that, it's gonna piss off a lot of people, including myself.
Yeah.
Um,
Me too.
so, but that's the implied yes or no question. Is he going to ask that, or is it going to be, uh, you know, a big like what else could it be, Dan?
I mean, that's it. I mean, what else could it be?
No, I
I
mean,
have no idea.
well, yeah, okay. I mean, the common like Occam's razor, the most logical thing is his announcement to run in
Yeah.
2024,
Hey,
right?
that's
But the
let's set that as the normal. That's
right,
the
right.
yeah.
That's yeah, that's the normie thing. That's what the people who aren't awake or the MAGA people who don't follow 17 and the other things, right? Uh, or the really big thing could be, hey, I've been Prez all along.
Yep.
Mr. B's fake. He didn't even have a presidential seal on his podium. That's a big one. How many?
That's a
I
big,
mean, do the normies not understand that there's
Yeah.
never been a presidential address without that seal on it, wrinkled flags in the background? All right. So
what about if
I'm
something?
glad this came up.
The biggest thing would be if he came out, said, "I'm going to run in 2024," and JFK Jr. is my running mate. That would be heads exploding, I think.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. But we know there can't be another one in 2024 because this one's still going.
Yeah.
Or if he brings out Michael Jackson or Elvis or
Tupac. That'd be one.
Princess Diana is his really his wife, I don't know.
Everyone starts pulling off masks.
Right? Crazy.
All right. So it's funny. They wanted you to think that that's what it was going to be, the
Mm.
the the run in 2024, but it's something totally different. They have another plan, and the cards don't want to tell me what that is. Okay, with this is something that the universe says this is a secret. It needs to be kept a secret until it comes out. Okay, but it's telling you that that's what they wanted you to think. We have a one, ace of wands, and then the two of wands. But this is the actual plan. This is what they wanted you to think, and then this is the real plan. But it's being kept under wraps, so much so the universe doesn't even want us to know. Okay, so I can't speculate as to it maybe none of the above. The things that we're saying might be something totally different.
Yeah.
Okay, uh,
Yeah, a
so
lot of questions pouring in
the,
now.
all right, listen, time's up. Unless you have something that really absolutely needs to be done
Yeah, we're gonna take questions.
There's a
there in
bunch
the
of
chat.
questions. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, well,
Okay.
we don't have time. It's 11 o'clock,
What's going on? Is exciting.
Well,
right?
But we've been at Elliot.
well,
How about one last? What does the universe want to tell us about the next week coming up? Can we do that now?
Hold on. That one seems exciting.
well, he has an exciting one, he thinks.
Do you want to do a
so.
personal one
Yeah,
that's
do it.
exciting?
Because they
Seems
came in while you were talking before, so.
Sure, sure. Yeah,
All right, we'll do the Virginia Elliott one
no
because
problem.
it sounds exciting.
Okay, give it to me.
Virginia Elliott, is my daughter's boyfriend going to have truth exposed about stolen property on November 17th, and will he get jail time? Thank you, Scott.
Okay, no problem. And you're right, Dan. This is one of those kind of questions that we like to take on here. Okay, read the question again for me while I look at these cards and figure this out.
Is my daughter's boyfriend going to have truth exposed about stolen property on November 17th? And will he get jail time? Thank you, Scott.
Yes. Okay, let me switch it around. Yes, but maybe uh, it'll be mitigated. Like it won't be as maybe you won't get as much. It sounds like she's looking for some kind of justice here, right? The boyfriend stole something. That's what it sounds like, and he's
You got it right
maybe
one.
going to court over it. Is that what we get from this question, Dan?
I that's
In your opinion?
on my opinion.
So the boyfriend stole. It sounds like the boyfriend stole something, and now he's going to face some kind of justice for it,
Mhm.
right? Like going to court or something.
Yeah, but the son, I mean, that's isn't that
No, no, I know. I'm asking you about the question. I'm trying to
oh,
clarify the question.
she's not responding, so I don't know. It
No,
sounds
I
like
know, but
Because if
if
he
they
here's the
didn't
question in
do
front
it,
of you.
right?
yeah, from the way I read it, it sounded like they need to find stolen stuff, and then will he get jail time? Like
What is it?
it's at the
Right.
top.
Saying that the boyfriend is the thief.
Yeah, well,
It
it's
doesn't
it's
necessarily look like that.
yeah, because it
I
says,
don't know.
"Is my daughter's boyfriend going to have truth exposed about stolen property on November 7th, and will he get jail time?" So yeah, maybe it could be the boyfriend.
Right. Will he get
Yeah,
jail time? So
yeah,
yes, but not as much as you want.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
he
So
stole from our estate, she
Oh,
says.
yeah. He stole from their estate.
Yikes.
yes. Okay.
Okay.
So yes, but not he's not going to get as much punishment as what they're hoping for. Okay.
Okay.
They're hoping he gets locked up for, I don't know, months or years. He's going to get like a slap on the wrist, which kind of that's like, the way the
But it was a
judicial system's
gun.
been working. He stole a gun.
Yeah.
Huh.
All right. So yes, but it's not going to be as as much as what you're hoping that he's going to get. All right.
Think
That's
he's
what
gonna
I'm
give
going to go with.
info? Think he's gonna give info and get a deal from it?
Oh, I see. So if he gives, oh, maybe
He said
that's it.
he's in jail
Maybe
now.
he'll
It's a felony and he's
he's
in
in
jail
jail.
now.
Right. So maybe he's going to make a plea bargain. That could be it. Or something. He's going to do something that's going to reduce the amount of punishment that he gets. The on the good side, he it looks like he's going to learn something from this. That's going to he'll go on to be a better person having learned his lesson from this. So that's a good thing. Uh, so yeah, he's not going to get as stern a punishment as what they're looking for some reason. All right. And she said about, are they going to find the missing stuff?
Yeah.
Not right away, but over the course of time, I'm not sure how long, maybe over the next year, eventually the stolen things will be recovered, but not right
Mhm.
away, not now. So maybe they're in a pawn shop somewhere or something like that, some sitting in somebody's closet waiting to be fenced, and then eventually, but I think eventually they will recover the things, but not on the 17th, not with this what's happening now. All right?
Yep. We'll do the quick end it with the
Okay,
week
guys.
and
Yeah. Yep, let's wrap this up and see what the week ahead has in store for us.
Recap again.
so There's a question. Arclight missed it, but I don't think we need the cards to answer this because you were really into like religion and stuff like that. And it was about like was the New Testament 100% written by the Catholic Church? You might know this
No,
just not even using cards. Yeah, I didn't think so either.
no,
They picked and
no,
choose
no.
what was
But
there.
but but when it was when King James did the first translation, and yeah, I used to do Bible research for hours and hours and hours on end. I had a concordance. A concordance is a book about this big and about this thick, and it's got every word in the Bible, where it appears, how often it appears, and what the original translation of that word is. And so often when I would have a debate with somebody, they would say, "Oh, but the Bible says this." I'd go look at my concordance, and those words didn't even exist. I mean, the not only was it not true, but the words that were put into the Bible were completely wrong. They were made up, you know, by the
Yeah.
translators. But the original Old Testament, if you could read it in its original language,
Mhm.
is real. And there are also like all these, like, I don't know, 800 books or something that were taken out, the Book of Enoch, right?
Yeah.
We have
So
When I was going through, I don't know if I put it for Veronica's show. I listened to like a guy who translated like the text, like the actual Lord's Prayer, and it sounds nothing like what we say. Today it really sounds very close to what we're talking about now. Like may you have creation and be the creator and
mhm,
like source to generate what your intentions are and stuff like that. It's wild.
yeah, cool. Yeah, and I don't say throw out everything that's in the Bible either. There's plenty of good stuff in the Bible as well, and I quote the Bible all the time. I paraphrase because I memorize word for word and stuff. But yeah, there's a lot of good stuff in there. It's the religion's a problem. It's not the books that are in the Bible. It's the religions, how they control. I'm not putting down anybody's religion. If you have a religion that you love, then that's great.
oh, maybe.
All right. So what do we got going on in the next couple of next week? So a lot of people right now are feeling vulnerable. They're feeling like, a lot of people are black pilled. So they got the star. They're feeling like we're not getting the protection that we should have. The white hats haven't stepped in. But there's just so much that we don't know about that's already happened in the background. Remember before when we got the question about how far along are we in the end? And
Yeah.
we got this in that reading. So we're going to be entering into the last 3% of this. But we've got, when I asked this, the 10 of Pentacles is the Alliance, and then we have the Knight of Swords over here. So we're going to be seeing, we could, I won't say it for definite, but we could be seeing the military stepping up in the next 3 days, possibly. I would say that. This 10 is the Alliance. This is the Earth Alliance. Okay. The Earth Alliance and the militaries. So who knows? Maybe that's going to be with the Trump announcement.
Yeah.
But keep your eyes on everywhere, because don't forget what's happening down there in Brazil. They're basically the precursor to us.
Right. Right. I thought that they had overturned the results of that already.
We're getting like mixed information. Like so far, what I thought was, all right, their selection process was messed up. The people wouldn't have it. They were begging the military, because it's a different situation, because their citizens don't have guns. Like, so if they want anything done, they have to beg the people with guns to do it. And they went to the military and they're begging them, please help us. This isn't right. And so the military stepped in, and supposedly people are being arrested and they're doing their own figuring out who won. But like, who knows? Who knows what information we're getting? So it's a different
So we
story.
got this three of pentacles for the outcome.
Yeah.
And today's Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 3 days. That's
Yeah.
that's Trump's big announcement. I think that Trump's announcement is not going to be, "Hey, I'm going to run in 2024." I think it could be something really big. So we got that to look forward to. Yeah, that'll be the next big disappointment that we all go through, or it'll be the announcement we've been waiting for. Military, EVS,
Yeah.
disclosure.
Everyone takes off their masks. That'd be great. I'd love that idea. That would be
Yeah.
entertaining.
I would think how great it would be, because we know that several different people have been playing Mr. B, but my
Yeah.
favorite would be John Kerry. Is it,
Jim Carrey.
Yeah,
is that his name?
Jim Carrey.
Jim, sorry. So bad with people's names, especially celebrities. Jim Carrey. imagine Jim Carrey and then going into some kind of comedic
Yeah.
thing,
Yeah. Yeah.
that would be so cool.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, let's wrap this up. Thank you very much, Dan, Veronica, and Stacy in the chat. I couldn't do it without you guys. And thank you to everybody for your donations. And Jesse, I promise you, I'm going to give away those readings. And this is a reminder to people out there. Jesse has kindly now prepaid for 2 full readings. And the way I'm going to give those is I want you to email me. Look in the chat. I'll come back and add the my email in the description. Email me your why you deserve it, basically, right? And what your backstory is, and then I'll choose the ones that I feel are the ones that resonate with me the most. If I only get 2 emails, then you'll be the ones who get them. All right. Okay. That's it for tonight. You guys have a great night. Get some rest and get ready for Trump's announcement,
There you go.
whatever it's going to be.
Absolutely.
All right. Let me
Bye,
stop the live
everybody.
stream. Goodbye. Thank you. All right. Well, another one in the can. Oh, Veronica, I recorded
Yes.
this and I'm going to send me your email. I'm not sure if I have your email. Send me your email. I'll send you a copy. You're welcome to put it on your YouTube channel if you want.
Oh, okay.
Is
That
that
would
something
be
you'd like to do?
Sure. I know he keeps bugging me to make videos. So I
I'll
think
try to do it.
tomorrow we're gonna make a video.
Well,
Those-
I mean, technically you're making this video, so
Okay.
you deserve the rights. You deserve the right to share this video just as much as I do. Okay.
We have
So that
34 subscribers now.
okay.
What?
And
No, it's Dan. Okay, so I'm not doing tarot cards or
But
whatever.
it's a great name.
So